Sean Sewell with Engearment.com. I have the annual active insulation comparison video for the 25-26 winter season. I've got Arcteryx, the North Face, Patagonia, and Mammut here, maybe a couple others in the mix. In the video here, I'm going to show you the features, the insulation. I'll even put it on with a backpack for you backcountry skiers and splitboarders and hikers, so you can see how the hand pocket placement fits for your uses. There's a lot to cover. Get yourself a beverage and let's get into it. Let's start things off with sizing so you get a frame of reference on how these jackets fit. All the jackets I'm going to show you are men's extra large. Some are more trim, some are more boxy, some have a lot more stretch. They all actually have quite a bit of good stretch because they're active insulation. So, frame of reference, I am 6'1", 215 pounds, 45-inch chest, 34-inch waist, 36, 37 on the arms. I'll do that demonstration with every jacket. Just want to show you my build so you see what we're working with here. A little bit thicker in the shoulders and the lats, a little bit more round in the stomach as well. But again, those are my measurements, 45, 34, 36, 37. We'll start things off with the Arcteryx Atom. Used to be called the Atom LT. This is probably the OG of active insulation that kind of started things going in the first place. It has 60 grams of the Core-Loft compact insulation in a 20 denier body. It has a nice matte material right here, and it does have mechanical stretch to it. Like I said, this one has stretch. Some of the other ones have a little bit more stretch. I've had so many versions of the Atom over the years. It's one of my favorites. It's tried and true. It's easy to care for, and it just looks sharp. So there is the men's extra large, the jacket, not a hoodie. 2 hand pockets. They are fleece lined right there. It's a very good looking jacket. It's my going out jacket in the fall and the winter. There it is. You'll notice elastic on the cuffs right here, which is really nice. I'll put on a backpack so you can see how it works for hiking, backcountry skiing and such. So let's see, moment of truth. Hand pockets, yep, fully functional right there. So if you want to go for a hike with the jacket, besides using it for casual and active casual use, you absolutely could. So price point, this guy, he's up there, a little over 300 for this guy. Goes on sale sometimes, and there's always really fun colors from Arcteryx to look forward to. All right, let's get into the next jacket. That was the Arcteryx Atom. The next one, let's go with this. This is going to be, Arcteryx Proton. It's actually my favorite jacket of last year, of 2024. It's going to have Primaloft Gold active insulation, 80 grams instead of the 60 grams, with a 20 denier 40s air shell. Still has stretch, very breathable, 20 grams more insulation. It's a little more robust, a little bit warmer, but I honestly wear this all the time in a wide range of temperatures. Has a longer fit, I'll show you that there. So definitely good for climbers, snowboarders, skiers. Much like the Atom, you'll notice it has elastic hem right there, which is really nice. Good closure. 2 hand pockets, they're both fleece lined on the inside where your back of your hand would touch. The hood is actually adjustable. Most of the other hoods on this category are not. So that is pretty awesome. And does fit over hat and beanie really well. I love this jacket. It's seen so much use. Again, like the Atom, it's going to have less insulation here and most of it here. 80 grams of it, 15 ounces for this guy. Longer hem, like I mentioned. Backpack. Let's see how it plays with the backpack. Oh, well, I know how it plays, but I want to show you how it plays. All right. Moment of truth. Yep. It's on the edge, but fully functional. This is a great, great backcountry ski and, in my case, splitboard backpack, especially if you are in cold temperatures. I do run warm for what it's worth, so I tend to opt for something lighter weight for touring than this guy. But if you're resort skiing and other things, that might be a good fit for you. Let's go with a bright color. All right, we got the Mammut Rime Light in Flex. This has 80 grams of their insulation. It's called loop insulation, made from recycled climbing ropes, which is pretty cool. Nice bright color, a much shorter hem. European company, so zipper's on the other side. Right there. 2 hand pockets down low. And it's a trimmer fit, much more trim fit. You can definitely tell, you know, it's made for climbers. Has elastic in the hem, but it is a trim fit. And the sleeves are a bit shorter than the Arcteryx and the North Face I'm going to show you in a second. So this one is nice for what it is. It's also only 260 bucks. The Arcteryx are over 300. The hood is non-adjustable, low profile scuba. Right there. As far as breathability, this one breathes really, really well, given it's not a Primaloft insulation, it's a proprietary Mammut insulation. Also, it helps that the sleeves are all fleece. So this part right here is fleece. We get to the hem right there, and that becomes insulated. So that really helps with the breathability. It's kind of like all this part right here will be fleece, and then the rest would be the insulation. All right. If you're a climber and you want to go really light, we have the Patagonia Nano Air Ultra Light right here. This one has the least amount of insulation except for the other Patagonia I'm about to show you. 20 grams of their full range active insulation. That's their awesome active insulation. The stretches, breathes really well. I've got a lot of experience with it as I've tested every Nano Air variation that they've released, whether it's the Storm, the Hybrid, which is my favorites as well, the Light, or the Ultra Light. Now, the Ultra Light, you saw me try to go for the hand pockets to show you there are no hand pockets. So that caused a little bit of hubbub online, but it shouldn't have, because this is just a minimalist jacket. It's meant for just fast and light for climbers, for light installation. You probably have a harness on, you probably have a backpack on. Obviously, you know there's no hand pockets, so I'm not going to show you what it looks like with the backpack on. It just works, right? You get this nice protective material right here, so if you are a climber, you can kind of tell I've been trying to abrase it as much as possible, and it's been really resilient. The hood is minimalist, right there, but incredible coverage, incredible. You get one little pocket right here, a little Napoleon pocket, and it will surprisingly hold a phone. Cool. Also, the jacket will stuff up and go into that pocket. There's the internal zipper for that right there. All right, so this is the Patagonia Nano Air Ultra Light, and it's awesome. It's $299, I believe. And then this guy is what I think is the best version of that. It's the Patagonia Nano Air Ultra Light Free Ride. Comes in a few dollars more, $329. But they took all the good stuff about the ultralight, the bright orange one, and made it better, especially for us backcountry skiers and splitboarders. So check this out. You still get 20 grams of that full range insulation, but now they put it everywhere you see blue has insulation. So the core right here, and then the arms right here. But underarms have no insulation, and everywhere you see black has no insulation. Instead, it has the Trailcraft soft shell material right here. So this provides weather resistance, not quite waterproof, but definitely snow proof. So you still get that Napoleon pocket, although now it's much more sizable, easy to access, and a little bit bigger. And the biggest revelation, hand pockets. That is such a game changer. So I wanted to love the ultralight for the last year and a half, and I did use it quite a bit, but when I went to go use it for casual use or for splitboarding, I just missed those hand pockets. And I'll show you how it looks with a backpack on, because this, in my opinion, is the best of the group here for backcountry skiers and splitboarders. It's just perfect, 100%. You can get 100% of the pocket, no problem whatsoever. Put your gloves in there, a beanie, whatever you want, or just your hands. It's not fleece lined. This is an ultralight jacket, so it's lighter weight than the Arcteryx, than the Mammut and all that. Has the least amount of insulation, but the most amount of versatility in my opinion. All right, so that is the Patagonia Nano Air Ultra Light Free Ride jacket. I would add the Nano Air in the video right here, but I gave away my last Nano Air to a neighbor. It would be a lot like the Atom with 60 grams of the full range insulation, so it's really good. But in its place, I have something I think you might really dig. This is the North Face Casaval jacket from their Summit series, and it would be the equivalent. I would say this would go against the Nano Air and the Atom, and hold its own very, very well. This one's gonna be great for backcountry skiers, splitboarders, and resort riders. It has a longer coverage right here, and it's mapped out. So there's no insulation right here, no insulation right here, and then there's 60 grams of their Ventrix active insulation, and a 40 denier. This is the thickest of the materials. This is a 40 denier. The Patagonia ultralights were 20 denier. The Mammut was a, I believe, 30 denier. The Arcteryxes were 20 denier. So this is the most robust, but it's not heavy. It's very lightweight. You do get a stretch pocket right here on the inside of the right hand pocket. And I've been using the heck out of this jacket for the last few months. It is awesome. There is no Napoleon pocket. It's just those two hand pockets. The hood is really nice, and it is adjustable in the rear. Coverage is fantastic. Get that Summit Series hit. It's a really good jacket. How does it fit with a backpack? Here we go. All right, it's the last one in the group. See how it fares. Perfectly, 100% hand pocket accessible. So my hip belt is on my iliac crest right there. Sternum strap right here. There's no hand pocket or Napoleon pocket to get in the way. So there you go. This, I've tested this for splitboarding over the last several years, the previous version. Loved it. It's got just 60 grams of insulation. So it's got that middle of the road amount of insulation. So most of the time for me here in Colorado, temperatures 10 to 25 degrees Fahrenheit, I would opt for the Patagonia Nano Air Ultralight Free Ride jacket. If it's below 15, either the Proton from Arcteryx or the North Face Casaval jacket would be my choices for those conditions. For everyday use, I have rotated through the Proton and this guy. I think for everyday use in more static conditions, you know, just walking the dog, stuff like that, the ultralights from Patagonia are a little bit too light as far as insulation goes in the winter. But these guys right here with the 60 grams, the North Face Casaval, the Proton, and the Atom are fantastic for all seasons of use, depending on temperatures and your comfort level. So hopefully seeing these jackets in the real world, on a real human being, being shown the features and functionality has been helpful. If it was, a thumbs up be appreciated. I do have detailed reviews on every one of these jackets. If you want to see more stuff, more specs that I might have missed, if you want to see it, I'll put those in the links below. If you want to see more content on other upcoming jackets, consider subscribing to our Engearment YouTube channel. Link right there. I'm Sean Sewell, the owner and director stoke for Engearment. Thank you for all the years of support. Look forward to serving you in 2026. Until next time, take care.